Hello, welcome to my channel, Build a Barbie by Medina. This is my channel where I am sharing my surgery journey in Dominican Republic. I'd like to first give you just a little bit of background about myself. I am the proud mother of twins, and I've always been rather thin and, somewhat curvy. And after I delivered my sons, I was able to get back into my regular clothes before leaving the hospital. I always had a very small waist. People always thought that I was a Barbie doll. They would tease me and say, "Oh, you look like a Barbie doll." So that's how small my waist was. So let's fast forward a little bit. Somewhere along the years, although being very mindful of what I would eat and what have you, I began gaining some weight in the midsection. And I wasn't able to really easily lose that weight. So I started kind of wondering and looking into different surgery options here in the United States. And some of the surgery options were, mini tummy tuck, complete tummy tuck, Mommy Makeover. Then there was also some other options like cold sculpting, um, and cold sculpting. It's kind of like with some type of sound waves or something like that, and it kind of liquefies the fat cells, and supposedly it comes out when you urinate or what have you. But it just sounds like a whole lot of expense, like about $8,000 or more for me to get done what I wanted to have possibly done. And then the results weren't even going to be guaranteed for any length of time. Then when I went into for various consultations for a tummy tuck or a mommy makeover, it was upwards of like 12,000, $12,000, 15,000, what have you like that. And it did not even include any overnight stay, any recovery house, anything like that. And then they would kind of toss in like, oh, and you don't get a free massage, one free massage. Well, when you do a bit of research, you find out that in Dominican Republic or Cali, Colombia, they snatch the waist and they give you this wonderful Brazilian butt lift and all of these other different wonderful things that they do. And you must stay overnight in their recovery, in their hospital setting. Um, and then you must recover in the recovery house for about 8 to 10 days and more, depending. And during that time frame, you are getting lymphatic drainage massage, and you're being monitored continually. You're taking medication. You're up. You're walking. They're making you do this. They're encouraging you to do that. They're preparing appropriate meals that you would need to have. All of these things that would promote the most optimum type of results. Now, what is the difference between having surgery in the United States as opposed to in Dominican Republic or Cali, Colombia, or anywhere other than in the United States? Well, here in the United States, there is a certain amount of liters or cc's of fat that the surgeons are permitted to liposuction out, and there's only a certain amount that they are permitted to do, and it doesn't give you that snatched waist. You're spending so much more money and you're getting so much less. When you research Cali, Colombia or Dominican Republic, you find out that they pay a bit more attention to your hemoglobin level, which is your red blood cells, and how its oxygenation flows through the body and what have you. And they do look somewhat at your BMI, depending on what type of surgery you are seeking. Now, generally for complete mommy makeover, they want your hemoglobin to be at 15. Okay, now for most women, we would know that having it at 15 or 14 or, even 13 oftentimes is a bit challenging. And, but when you are trying to get to that 15 or that 14 hemoglobin level, what you find is that you're eating healthier, you're taking appropriate vitamins and supplements, and you're doing things that would make you would help you to become at a more healthier state so that you would be in the most optimum condition for surgery. So, as you can maybe kind of tell from, where I'm heading, that I have decided to have my surgery by Dr. Tina Medina. She is an exceptional plastic surgeon in Dominican Republic. She's been in practice for over a decade. She is board certified here in the United States as well as in Dominican Republic. She does excellent work. She's very safe. She practices in a surgical setting called Sicily, and she is a wonderful, personable surgeon. Follow her on Instagram, and she is absolutely wonderful. She is in other areas of social media, but I enjoy following her on Instagram, and she makes these wonderful posts. Some things are just encouraging statements, others are pictures of before and afters, and you find out when you look at her photos and you look at the things that she says, she's in it, it seems like from a heart perspective, really to bring a certain amount of joy and to really help a person, whether it's a Barbie, which Barbie doll, which the females were called, or Ken dolls, which are the male gender. Those are the male dolls, and it's a wonderful, wonderful little community that we do have on Instagram, and there it's wonderful. Now, I'd like to kind of talk to you a little bit about what is a mommy makeover. A mommy makeover would include or can include a breast lift, breast augmentation, breast reduction. It could mean implants, without implants, what have you. It just kind of depends on what might be needed, depending on the condition or the choice of the woman. Tummy tuck, it's a full tummy tuck with muscle repair. And that's the part that gives you that snatched waist. That snatched waist that so many of us look at and desire. And as you can see, so many of the video vixens or even some of these others that I don't watch reality television, but I do understand that from some of these reality shows, they've had different types of surgeries, and you see the snatched waist, and you see that hourglass figure or that beautiful pear type figure, where many everyday women kind of wonder, well, how do you give birth and this, that, and what have you, and then just immediately have that waistline and that those hips and this, that, and the other, and what have you. And we do see that, little bit of leaks and different things are coming out that, yes, they have had surgery or multiple surgeries. And first surgery is called, surgery. And then if there happens to be a second or a third, it's called a second round, a third round, a fourth round. And what we have to realize is that many people who have these bodies that we maybe look at and what have you, and we aspire to, and we call them wish pics, those happen to be people that maybe have had more than one round. They may have had 2 rounds, 3 rounds. So, you may not know. So, what we do, what I've done for myself is to have a realistic goal. Okay. I happen to be curvy. My hips happen to be about 10, 12, maybe 10, 12 inches larger than my waist. Okay. And so that would kind of give you an idea. So I do already have that curve. So when I was encouraged by a friend of mine, incidentally, just happened to be having a conversation. And I said, well, hey, I'm thinking about having, a tummy tuck or this or that. And she says, oh my God, I am too. I'm scheduled for September 2017. Oh my God. Da, da, da. And then everything just went on from there. And she was telling me about the surgeon and what have you. And that is how I found Dr. Tina Medina, through my surgery buddy. Okay. And it was just the most exciting thing to begin to do some more research regarding Dominican Republic and what it all entails. Now, I will just give you a little bit of an idea about what happened with me. I created a profile on Real Self, and it's a place where those surgeons, they have profiles that are there, and you can see much of their work. And then you have people who create profiles, such as myself, and you may ask questions and this, that, and the other, and you get to kind of get an idea in an arena where it's not just maybe a doctor posting their best outcomes. It is real people that are asking questions, maybe posting pictures and saying, hey, this particular surgeon or that particular surgeon, this, that, what have you. And you kind of get a little bit of an idea about what's going on. Well, on Real Self, I was able to see Dr. Tina Medina's profile. And one of the things that's absolutely wonderful about her that I found out through my surgery buddy, which is what, it's a term that's kind of used now. And there is now a group on Instagram called Surgery Buddies. Okay, it's SXBUDIES. And, with my surgery buddy, we began talking and just kind of going over so many things and looking at wish pics. And we're doing this all over the phone or through text messages because we don't live in the same state. Okay. However, that bond is there. And she's going in September. I'm scheduled to go in March of 2017. And I am absolutely looking forward to it. What happened with me is that I emailed Dr. Tina Medina, which is one of the ways that you do it. You send an email, and when you go to the Real Self, it gives you some information about how to contact the doctor. And when you do contact the doctor, you find out that they want some pictures, front, side, back, what have you, so they can kind of see what you're working with and what it is that you would like. And this way they can give you a bit of a consultation somewhat over the phone. And you have to fill out what your BMI is. Excuse me. And your BMI is your height, weight, ratio. It's a calculation that's used, and it gives the doctor about, how much quote unquote fat that one might have, considering their height, and what would be a way to get the most optimum results. Okay, so what did I do? I contacted Dr. Tina Medina via email and sent my photos via email to her. And I created a Instagram page in hopes that she would accept me on to become one of her dolls. And interestingly enough, I contacted her on June the 12th, 2017, and I went through a roller coaster of emotions. And I continued watching different videos, and there is one very vocal YouTuber who did create a profile which allows many of us to look at her journey. And her name is Shan Bennett, ShanBennette. And she has a wonderful YouTube channel, and she discussed very openly her journey, her surgery journey, which began in April 2017. It took until June the 19th by the time I received an answer from Dr. Medina. Oh my goodness. The pins and needles, the up and down of emotions, the roller coaster of emotions I had, waiting for her to get back to me. And then you're thinking about, oh, well, why don't I hear from her? But you have to think of how many people are trying to contact her in this state, all over the world. And, she has to go through the emails, and she's very attentive and extremely personable. And when she replied back to me, she said, "Hello, doll." And she gave me a quote. And within that quote, she itemized what it included. And that was just one of the happiest days for me. And I said to my surgery buddy, I said, "Oh my gosh, I finally got a quote. Yeah, yeah." And we were just like ecstatic. And it is just one of the most wonderful things to think about how this is a defining moment. You're making a decision to be the best possible you that you can be, and you want to do this safely and in a wise way and what have you. And again, like I said, one of the things that is very important is the hemoglobin level. And I would like in my next video to kind of talk about the hemoglobin level and different things to begin to get that level up, so that one could go into surgery in the most optimal way. Well, I do want to say thank you so much for joining me, and I do look forward to continuing to share my journey, and I hope that you like, comment, as well as subscribe for more videos similar to this. Thank you so much. Be blessed.